Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Dave Sundstrom and I like to talk about music, movies, and mostly TV. Today I'd like to share a little bit about the TV show Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, and more specifically the actor who almost turned down the lead role, Gil Gerard. But first, this important message.
I'm Gil Gerard. You also know me as Buck Rogers, reporting that the view from the 25th century is strictly scientific. Tomorrow belongs to technology, to the engineers and scientists, technicians and managers who use their mental muscles. Use yours. Take advantage of career education opportunities. America's high-tech industries, with electronics as the leader, set the pace worldwide. Plan today, get tomorrow's skills, and you can be part of the new American Revolution.
By gum, Gil was right. Careers in electronics way back in the 80s were the way to go. But we're not here to talk about that. Nope. Let's talk about Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Way back in 1978, while the show was still in development, Glenn Larson and the rest of the production team knew that casting the right actor to play Captain William Buck Rogers was ever so critical to the success of the show. And after a very lengthy search for just the right actor, they eventually landed upon Gil Gerard. But what many people don't know is that Gil wasn't all that keen on playing Buck. Why? Well, because he was worried that he would become typecast like another actor. I'm talking about one of my all-time favorites, the legendary Adam West, who played Batman in the popular television series of the 1960s. It is fairly common knowledge that after West became a household name as the Caped Crusader, he found it difficult to find other acting roles. He was so closely associated with the Batman character that casting directors just had a hard time seeing him as anyone else. And Gil Gerard, he was worried that the same thing would happen to him if he took on the role of Buck Rogers. However, Glenn Larson is nothing if not persistent, and eventually, after many conversations, he was able to convince Gil to reconsider. He assured him that Buck Rogers was a different character with a very unique backstory, and that he would have plenty of opportunities to showcase his acting range. So Gil accepted the role, and it turned out to be a smart decision. Not necessarily because Larson delivered upon those assurances, but Buck Rogers in the 25th century was a hit, at least initially, and Gil became a household name without being typecast. I think a lot of that had to do with just how likable Gil was, or should I say is, as an actor. And things ultimately turned out okay for Adam West as well. You see, Adam never gave up, and eventually, those little Batman fans from the 60s grew up to be key decision makers in the entertainment industry. And Adam, all of a sudden, well, he found himself in demand again. Anyone who's a fan of the animated series Family Guy knows exactly what I'm talking about. For years, until his passing, Adam was the mayor of Quahog, Rhode Island, the fictional town where Peter Griffin and his family reside.
I love this job more than I love taffy, and I'm a man who enjoys his taffy. Oh.
Getting back to Gil, these days he is a frequent guest at various Comic-Cons and other nostalgic events. And while his career was a rich one and he got to play many different characters, he is, of course, most fondly remembered as Buck. And if you were to ask him if that was okay, I bet he'd tell you now that he wouldn't have it any other way. So there you have it. I guess the moral of this story is that sometimes taking a chance, even a risky one, can pay off in unexpected ways. Now it's your turn. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and while you're at it, if you could click on that little thumbs up icon, I really would appreciate it. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said earlier, I talk about music, movies, mostly TV from decades gone by. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.